Well, imagine if the Washington Nationals suddenly called many of the Harrisburg Senators up to the big leagues. There wouldn't be enough players to field a team here.
Well, that's kind of what's happening with airlines. Big airlines are hiring away so many pilots that fly the smaller planes. We often see it, Harrisburg International, that service is down, fares are up. Here's Seth Kaplan.
Dawn in Salisbury, Maryland.
We're here to operate a flight from Salisbury to Charlotte.
Harrisburg-based Captain Chris Bernard and First Officer Michael Hornberger, then to Huntington, West Virginia, back to Charlotte, and
we're scheduled to fly back from Charlotte to Harrisburg tomorrow around 11:30.
That's the part of the job they expected when they began flying 50-seat jets painted in American Airlines colors, actually working for Salisbury-based Piedmont Airlines.
We're wholly owned by American Airlines, so we're part of the American Eagle family.
Vice President of Flight Operations, Steve Kiefer.
As you buy a ticket on American Airlines, it could be American Airlines or an American Eagle carrier.
Chris and Michael also expected something else working for what's called a regional airline.
You weren't going to become wealthy
enough to, earn a decent living, to buy food and buy a house and stuff like that. But I didn't really expect anything as far as really fat wallet.
But then something unexpected happened.
When Piedmont put out the new pay scales, my paycheck went, for lack of a better term, through the roof.
In some cases, their pay for the next couple of years will be triple of what it was just a year ago or less. The major carriers are hiring from the regionals at levels we've never seen before. And so in order to staff the regionals, we're now offering very competitive pay.
The reason? Not enough pilots. Like these two pilots, Kiefer is based at HIA.
We operate flights from here to Charlotte, to Philly, to Boston, to Chicago.
So Piedmont is particularly important at Harrisburg International because of what it does for American, but it's exactly the same story at regional airlines that fly for United and Delta.
They're just trying to figure out how do we get more aircraft that are available into the market as quickly as they can.
HIA spokesman Scott Miller.
Detroit, we used to be 3-4 flights a day. We're 1 or 2 depending on the time of the year right now. And that's what's frustrating.
And expensive. HIA is generally a little more expensive than bigger airports like Baltimore, Washington, and Philadelphia. A year ago, you would have paid an average of $446 for a domestic round-trip ticket from Harrisburg compared to $360 at Philly and $322 at BWI. Now, complete data for what folks are paying now won't be available for a few months, but our review of fares shows, anecdotally, a bigger differential. Perhaps no surprise considering Philly and BWI have more airline seats than a year ago, while HIA has fuller planes but fewer seats.
If you have 250 people competing for a 100-seat airplane within a 3-week period, the people willing to pay the most are going to get those seats.
It's like an auction.
It's like an auction.
Sold right now to a very high bidder.
Hopefully that starts turning around late this year or into 2023.
Now alongside better pilot pay and new benefits to go along with the long-time ones.
There's nothing better than seeing the sunrise at 30,000 feet.
Seth Kaplan, ABC 27 News.